let me follow up on that point and shift gears a little bit and talk about toasters with you, Mr. Schild. In your testimony, you indicated we're not necessarily concerned about manufacturing the chips that go in common household goods like toasters. But I'm curious as to the impact of building excess capacity for even commoditized goods like that has on the ability to build legacy chips in other sectors where we might be concerned and to build the advanced chips. As the resident philosophy major here on the panel, I'll pretend to be an expert in the economics of the supply chains and building excess capacity. But I would think that the model that the Chinese have employed so far is to build this excess capacity in excess of global demand and use that to obviously distort the price, undercut competition, and ultimately displace competitors. Does not including chips in building excess capacity, even in common household goods like that, enable them to undercut American manufacturing, even in the more advanced sectors that we're concerned about?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if so, then how do we prioritize?
I think I would recommend prioritizing those systems that are critical right now. Certainly national security, aerospace and defense, and critical infrastructure are sectors where we are dependent right now on foreign sourcing for systems that we simply cannot have that dependency for. When you talk about the thermostat on the wall, right, which probably contains a Chinese PCB, those are produced at very large scale. They are relatively low tech. And yes, if they're being produced in excess capacity, or some might say dumped on U.S. shores, that does create a competitive disadvantage. But our focus really is on those critical national security and critical infrastructure applications where the dependency poses risks that are, I think, different from lower tech commercial sector risks.
Yeah, but and just with the indulgence of the chair, in your response to earlier question, you've talked about the importance of having some surge capacity here. Would it have an impact on that, even if it's for something like a thermostat?
Absolutely, yeah. We do not have a surge capacity in the United States. There was a conflict alluded to earlier. Were we to have a sudden supply chain interruption, the ability for domestic factories to ramp up really doesn't exist today.